And we are live, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Chosen Wisdom Football. And here is your match preview for the Arsenal versus Manchester United game. We are going to talk everything about that game, what we have in store, what is there to look forward to, what are we actually going to expect in that game, who's going to start. We clearly have the narrative, people. SESKO versus Gyökeres. This is a highly anticipated game tomorrow. We've watched all the games. Well, not all the games. We've watched a lot of the games already, people. Man City have won. Liverpool have won. Tottenham have won. And we play Arsenal tomorrow. The toughest game of the weekend. The biggest game of the weekend, and we have everything that you need to know today. The match preview is here, people. We're gonna get stuck in. We're gonna get stuck in. What team are Arsenal gonna play? How are Arsenal gonna set up? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win, guys? This is gonna be crazy, people. On entry, please. It's a new channel. Smash the likes on entry. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe if you can. I'm excited, people. I hope you're excited. The season has started. We watched Liverpool yesterday, 2-2, and they did what they usually do. They score and they win, 4-2. And then we just watched Man City, and already in the chat, I'm seeing Jerry talk about Reinders. Reinders was good today, people. Cherky didn't even start today, people. And Man City took Wolves to the sword. They slapped them around, people. So it's going to be a very, very interesting season. I can't wait, guys. I can't wait. I hope. Jerry said 0-0 boring draw. He's already calling it. The chat is already predicting what's going to happen, people. I can't wait. I can't wait. Before we get into all of that, guys, we're going to run through any bit of news that have happened today. So before we get into our match preview, we do have some news. Amorim updates. Amorim has changed the pre-match rule. He's changed our pre-match approach, so we're going to talk about that. Also, we have one or two Bruno quotes that we can discuss. A little Sancho update. We're not going to spend long on that. We're just going to give you the Sancho update, the Baleba update. 5 minutes, run through the news today, and then we can talk everything regarding the match tomorrow. So big up the chat. I hope you guys are having a good day. Listen, there's been plenty of football today from 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4:30, 5:30 games. There's been plenty of football today, football Friday, and there's going to be plenty of football tomorrow, guys. So big up the chat, big up yourselves. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday evening. So pour yourself a drink if you drink. Get yourself a smoke if you smoke. I don't judge. Do what you need to do, people. Chill the F out. And let's go. So as you guys can see on your screen, we're just going to run through these things quickly because I have updates for you, but not really big news. So here we go. The first update is what you guys already know. Brighton have closed the doors to the Carlos Baleba exit. It's done. He's not leaving this summer. And Man United apparently have kept his name on their list for next summer. Just another tweet. It's from Fabrizio saying that Man United love Baleba. He's an ideal player for Manchester United. Amorim likes him, but it's going to be next year. So all the conversation now that's coming out of United and coming out the journalists today is that we still like him. He still likes us. He's still on the radar, but not this year, probably next year. Listen, I don't think I'm going to talk about Baleba anymore. I rose up like a balloon. I was inflated. I got gassed by the news. We were in for him. We did like him, but we just haven't got him and we won't get him. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm probably more interested in this stream with the Arsenal Man United stuff rather than transfer news, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to whiz through this stuff for you guys quickly. Next update, Ruben Amorim. This is the stuff I spoke about at the start of the show, that Ruben Amorim apparently has changed some of our pre-match build-up, our pre-match rituals. Quite interesting, people. This tweet goes on to say that, it's from Amorim, I always had the feeling that we arrive at Old Trafford and Old Trafford must be the centre of the game. But we cannot spend 4 hours there waiting for the game. And I feel when these facilities, i.e. Carrington, we can be here preparing for the game away from Old Trafford. And when we arrive at Old Trafford, we have to feel the fans and then go directly to the game, not killing the momentum of the connection with our fans. Now, I'm not going to lie, people, when I first saw this tweet, I thought about Arteta. I thought about, hold on a second, this is something that Arteta would do. All of these little things, all these little tweaks, like come early so you can get the buzz from the fans, and all of these sort of emotionally charged things, yeah, changes. And I thought, hold on a second, this sounds like Arteta. If Arteta was doing this, I'd be like, you know, Arteta was like, feed the ball, be the ball, and all these things. I'm like, bro, get out of there. But I understand what he's saying. He's saying, rather than get to Old Trafford 4 hours early, see the fans 4 hours, and then spend 3 hours kind of in the changing rooms and, I don't know, losing the momentum, losing the feel good, losing the hype that you have. He's basically saying, spend 2 hours at Carrington first, go over what we need to go over, maybe have a little run around or something, and then go to the stadium, meet the fans about an hour or two before, rather than 4 hours before, get that buzz, feed off the energy, and then start the game. So we spend less time at Old Trafford on match days, and we're only really at Old Trafford to play the match. We're not going to be here for 4 hours just doing nothing. So while I initially was like, do you know what is this? I understand psychology is important, people. How you prepare and how you mentally get ready for a game, it is important. And clearly Amorim is seeing something, a little small tweak that he feels like he needs to make. So if it works, innit? And what else can we say? If it works, it works. I've got no really input. I don't, disagree with it or agree with it. It's just what it is. He wants to do this, so I'm fine with it. I've got nothing else to really add to this, to be honest, so we can just move on. If you guys have anything to add, big up the chat. British Bulldog in the chat as well. Jerry in the chat. Turkish AP7 in the chat. Big up all the guys. Twisted Fate. Big up yourselves, people. We're here, guys. We're outside. Listen, when we beat Arsenal tomorrow, because it's a when, this is going to be insane. I can't wait, people. It's going to be crazy. Jerry says boring 0-0 draw. Yeah, British Bulldogs, United win. I've told you for weeks. British Bulldog, your positivity is rubbing off on me. So now I've reached to where you are now, guy. I'm United are going to win. That's where I'm at. So it's all because of you, British Bulldog. Well done. AP said, did you see Indy post about him? Feels Brighton have overpriced him. This disappointing. Yeah, I saw that as well, AP. Just Newcastle today. AP7. Jerry said German Super Cup on now. Bayern versus Stuttgart. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that in a minute, Jerry. I'm not a believer anymore. Move on. Yeah. It's done. It's done, British Bulldog. Newcastle and Villa was a snooze fest. Yeah, that game was dead, Jerry. I was falling asleep during that game. Twisted Fate said, I'm still a believer. Oh, I'm still a believer that we beat Arsenal. Yeah, big up Twisted Fate in the chat, my guy. All right, quickly, let's go. This is another quote from Bruno before we, start talking about the game. He's just saying, typical Bruno, being positive, saying that he can play in multiple positions, just offering himself up to the club. Yeah. Talking about the players that we brought in and how, there's competition for places. And that's quite refreshing for him to say, because he's not, even though I know the manager loves him, and the manager, in my humble opinion, I think the manager shoehorns Bruno into the team a bit too much. And now that we have Mbeumo and Cunha as 10s, I want Bruno to play more in a double pivot. That's just my opinion. And I want the manager to be brave enough to sub him off, to change him. If he's not playing well, Bruno, put on Kobe Mainoo, put on someone else. So I hope that we do get more responsibility from the manager. Don't just keep playing players that are not playing well. Take them out of the team. You've got number 10s now. You've got midfielders. You've got Mount, as Bruno said. You've got Xerxes, and they can all play there. So it's a bit of humility, in my opinion, from Bruno, which is good. He's the captain of the club, and Bruno usually speaks well. Bruno speaks well when it comes to the media. So I like this. I actually like this from Bruno. You know, that he's speaking like this. And yesterday he was saying things like, "I don't want it to be Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. It needs to be Manchester United." And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. So he's saying he's ready for anything. He's ready to fight for his place. So he's almost saying that he's aware that his place might not be guaranteed. He's saying this, and his goal is to improve. So he's just saying all the right things, people. You can read it yourselves if you want. But it's some nice quotes, some positive quotes, some nice quotes from our captain before the game. He's setting pace. I think this is going to be a big season for Bruno. I think Bruno will do well this season. He wasn't that great last season. Nobody was good last season. So Bruno wasn't that good. Nobody was really good. For me, the stand-up performers last season were probably Lenny Euro and Amad Diallo. But I think now with Cunha, now in Bumo, now he's got a good attacking place in front of him. I think we're going to see a nice Bruno this season. He's going to get nice assists. I hope so. But there's something telling me that Bruno will have a good season, guys. There's something I don't know. I think he'll be fine this season. I think he'll be good this season. So those are Bruno's quotes. Let me see what the chat is saying. I'm not trying to be the ball. Be the ball. Nah, man. Arteta's the guy. Be the ball. If he were to stay in the one position, it would be great. Yeah, Bruno's you know, like chalk and cheese, isn't he? You really love him, or you know, he frustrates you. But you can't deny Bruno. You can't deny his numbers. You can't deny his goals. You can't deny his assists. You can't deny these things about Bruno. He's that guy. But in terms of how he plays on the pitch, you know, everyone has their preference. Quick one, another Sancho update. Let's do this one quickly. AS Roma are still waiting for Jadon's final decision. He hasn't made his mind up yet, and that's basically the update. That's it. That's it. They have lodged the bid. Man United have accepted the bid, and we're still just waiting for Jadon. That's the update. Nothing more. So let's move on as well. Amorim has come and he said, you can't expect big changes in 4 weeks of pre-season. So I think that sets us up well for the Arsenal and Man United talk that we're about to have. What are people saying? Because I've said that we've watched pre-season, people, and there were some really good games in pre-season, 1 or 2, and there were some games where we weren't that great. And I think my conclusion after watching pre-season is that we've now got some good players, right? But it might take them a while to gel. It might take them a while to build that cohesion that you need. And Mbumo and Amad need to understand. They need to build their relationship on that right-hand side. When Mbumo goes wide, Amad needs to drift in. When Mbumo drifts infield, Amad needs to go wide. They need to build up that synergy. The same thing on the left. And I've seen certain things. I've seen positive signs, guys. But what I don't want is, if we lose a few games, yeah, for the fan base to go tits up and go crazy, because we do need the players to understand each other. You want to know, yeah, the limits of your colleague's power. I.e., when I give Cunha the ball, what's his capabilities? Does he have the ability to find me when I make this run? Does he shoot often? Is he a good dribbler? So the players need to understand each other, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. So I'm trying to manage my expectation, and also, as you can see, the manager himself is trying to manage our expectations, saying that, do you know what? You can't expect loads of changes in 4 weeks. That being said, guys, what are you expecting? What are people expecting? Because Gyökeres is bought, was bought by Arsenal because apparently he needs less bedding in time. He's ready now. He's 27. He's at his prime. 50 goal a season striker. Are we scared of Gyökeres? People, are we scared of Gyökeres? Are we scared of him? Because the last thing I want, people, is Gyökeres to come and slap us. And I don't want to see this, people. Like you guys say in the chat, I don't want to see this. I want to see this. Oh, shit, I've missed. That's what I want to see. So, I'm not going to lie, guys. The match kicks off in less than what? In about, 18 hours or something now? 20 hours or something? We got the better striker, says British Bulldog. All right, guys. Let's talk about how are we going to start this game? Who's going to play? What the hell? Who's going to start this game, guys? Jerry says Gyökeres won't suit Arsenal's play, will flop. Yeah, I've said this, people. And one thing I've said, because I know you guys are talking about it in the chat now, is how are Arsenal going to adapt to Gyökeres' style of play? How are Arsenal going to go from essentially a number 10 in Havertz who drops deep, links to play, to a Gyökeres who doesn't really want to do that, and they have to now feed him? Are we going to get less goals and assists or less goals from the wingers because they have to change the way they play? You know, I've seen Arsenal's midfield. I've seen how Arsenal play, and I've seen them play during pre-season. And the more, I keep forgetting his name, you know, their midfielder, the Spanish one. The more I watch Zubimendi, the more he plays for Arsenal, the better he's getting, and the more he's adjusting to the league. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, do you know what? He's looking good. However, the one thing about Zubimendi, people, I don't know how physical he is. I think, because we played Real in the Europa League, I think, and we bodied him. We bodied him. Casemiro bodied him. And that's why I think Casemiro will start today. I don't know what you guys think, but Jerry said Bayern there and goal. TK says Arsenal going to win 2-1. Bruno penalty kick. We lose on De Ligt on goal. That is so specific. We lose on a De Ligt on goal, you know. Like, TK, why De Ligt, bro? Why D-Lo? Yeah, big up TK. We got a better striker who's scared. Gyökeres won't suit us. And Bruno penalty kick. I would have scored 20 goals on my own to the Portuguese league. You guys don't rate. Yeah, that's the thing, though, isn't it? People don't rate the Portuguese league like that. So, what are you guys saying? Are you guys rating SESKO's 13 goals in the Bundesliga more than Gyökeres' 50 goals in the in the Portuguese league? You guys are making me laugh, you know. You guys are disrespecting Gyökeres still. You're a little bit. You're disrespecting him a little bit. I don't mind. I'm all here for it, man. I'm all here for it. I'm still a believer. We beat Arsenal. Oh, SESKO Fender. I've heard. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've heard the SESKO Fender. I've heard the SESKO Fender stuff. I'm like, the internet has no chill. Who's calling him SESKO Fender? That is crazy. That's crazy that they're calling him. Oh my. No, shush kebab. Call him Sub-Zero SESKO, man. Flipping heck. Defense is Euro Maguire, sure. All right, let's go with it. This is what I think. I know Bayern has played most of the preseason because Onana has been injured. I'm just thinking, what's this manager going to do? What are we going to do, people? Are we going to choose a team that we want? Or are we going to choose a team that we think the manager is going to pick? Let's go with a team, yeah, that we think is going to start against Arsenal. Not no team that we want and include all these madness. Let's just go, yeah, with what we believe the manager is going to do based on what we've seen in pre-season and also the opposition. So even though Onana is just come back, let's go with Bayern there and go. I think some of you called it. I have a sneaky feeling, guys, Onana might start. But because Bayern there has played most of the games in pre-season, we will go with Bayern there and go. Right? For now. This is not what I want. This is what I think. Oh, it's not changing. It's doing that thing again. Is it? One second, people. British Bulldog says Onana will play. I feel British Bulldog. I think Onana will play, but I'm just going to use a little bit of just based on the fact that Bayern. All right, let's go with Onana then. Let's go with Onana and go because I had a sneaky feeling Onana would play, but I'm just basing it on the fact that we've seen Bayern there for most of the game. Jerry said Onana won't be match fit. All right, the thing is, guys, if Onana's not match fit, no, but SESKO and Onana are in two different situations. SESKO's been playing. SESKO's been playing for Leipzig, and he's been training. Onana hasn't at all. All right, okay, I've made my mind up. Based on that, yeah, I'm going to go back with Bayern there. I'm going to go back and choose Bayern there because Onana was actually injured. That's why he's not playing. It's not like, and while SESKO is not injured, SESKO just, SESKO can actually play because he's been training with Leipzig. So let's go Bayern there and go. That's what I think he will do. He will do the De Ligt, Euro, and Shaw. Sorry. I just. De Ligt in the middle. Not as a striker, but as a defender. I think so, guys. Yeah. West British Bill said we need to start leaving comments, but by the way, it makes it different with the YouTube things. You want to know what will be match? Yeah, guys. If you can, even if it's a good video or something like that, just a small comment on the videos afterwards. It will help with the algorithm. We'll do. I'm not gonna lie, people. I want Heaven. I want Heaven at left centre back, but I think the manager will start Luke Shaw. Some of you might disagree, but I just have a sneaky feeling, people, that Luke Shaw will find himself in the first team 11 years after joining Man United. He's still hanging on. So I think he'll go with Luke Shaw. Plus, I think Heaven he went down injured in the last game. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about his injury. If any of you guys in the chat know anything about Heaven's injury or any updates to it, let me know. But I don't think so. So I think it will be Luke Shaw. Also, Mazraoui is still injured, or he's just about, returning to training. So he's not going to be fit. So we've got Heaven who's not fit and Mazraoui who's not fit. So realistically, the only person who can play, and Martinez who's not fit, 3. So the only person that can play there really is Lenny Euro. But if Lenny Euro plays left centre-back, who's going to play right centre-back? So I just think it has to be Shaw. I think it has to be Shaw left centre-back, and it has to be Lenny Euro right centre-back. So that's what I'll do. And I think that's sort of self-explanatory, that defence. I think the fullbacks, this is what I hope. I hope this manager, right, goes offensive. I hope he plays Ahmad and Dorgu, 2 offensive wing backs. I hope he doesn't go defensive. I do not, guys, want to see Diogo Dalot at fullback. But I am also prepared to see it. I'm prepared to see it. You can't take Ahmad out of the team Ahmad is slowly becoming so important for this team. So I can't see him taking Ahmad out the team. He might do. He might do. If anything, he might take Dorgu out the team and play Dallo at left wing back. Because the way that Ahmad's playing now, you can't take Ahmad out the team. You just can't. So I hope, guys, he starts with attacking wing backs. Yes, I know it's against Arsenal, and I know he doesn't want to lose and all these things, but you have to start with attacking wing backs. I would go with Ahmad, Dorgu. The midfield is the issue now, but I think he will go with Casemiro and Bruno. I think he will go Casemiro and Bruno. Casemiro next to Ahmad. I mean, or Bruno next to Ahmad. Doesn't really matter, but Casemiro next to Ahmad. British Bulldog says he loves Ahmad, but he's been a little underwhelming. Needs more end product. I hear that. I think he'll be alright this season, though. Pre-season, he hasn't been amazing in pre-season, Ahmad. He hasn't. But last season, he was one of our only bright sparks for the whole of the season. Like, him and Lenny Euro for me were the two guys that stood out for me last season. So, but yeah, Ahmad is 23 now. So it's not like he's 18 or 19. He's now starting to grow into his prime years. So we're not going to no longer see him as a youngster and make excuses for him. We're going to have to start expecting or requesting a little bit more consistency from Ahmad. You know, he's still a good player. He's arguably my favorite player in the team right now, Ahmad. And because he's my favorite player and I know what he can do, I'm going to start demanding a little bit more from him. He's different to Dorgu. Dorgu's got that power and that drive that, you know, that he just runs up and down that left wing all day. Ahmad's different. But I think we could all expect a bit more on. You put Luke Shaw on and we are screwed. Almost rather play two at the back then. I want to mix Casemiro and Shaw in your TK. Who else are you playing left centre back then? I don't think we've got any more or anyone else to play left centre back apart from Luke Shaw, to be fair. Jerry says goalkeeper buying there, Euro, Maguire, Shaw. Maguire instead of De Ligt. All right. I think De Ligt and Maguire are closer in talent than I thought they were going to be. I think I've said this before. I thought when we brought De Ligt into the team, we will never see Maguire again. But De Ligt and Maguire are a lot closer. So maybe that's a sign that De Ligt is not as good as I thought he was going to be when we brought him in. He's still good. I like De Ligt. But just not as good as I thought he was going to be. Jerry's gone and say Dallo, Dorgu, yep, Casemiro and Bruno, yep, Cunha, Mbeumo and SESKO. Yeah, that's the team I'm picking, Jerry, to be fair. Apart from Maguire, that's the team I'm picking. British Bulldog standout player for this season is Euro. British Bulldog, that's a very, very safe bet. I think Lenny Euro is probably our standout player in general. Like, Lenny Euro is so good. I feel like because we're so crap, yeah. And by the way, guys, if you check the league table right now, we're actually 15th. I know what like we're actually 15th in the league. So I know it doesn't mean anything. We haven't played yet, but I just think it's ironic that we haven't played football yet, and we're 15th right now. That's crazy. But yeah. Jerry says, I think Dorgu will start scoring. I think so, Jerry. I think what Dorgu needed, and I kept watching him, Dorgu, when he played with Garnacho, and I kept seeing Dorgu, the same runs, yeah, that Dorgu is making now, the exact same runs we see him make now, he was making them with Garnacho, but Garnacho was cutting in field on his right foot and just shooting and ignoring him. And I kept saying to people, yes, Dorgu once again, he needs more end product, Dorgu. His crossing and his shooting, that stuff needs to improve. But what Dorgu has is the willingness. He has the willingness. He gets in the right areas, and he runs off the ball. Do you know how hard it is to make runs off the ball and not receive the ball, then having to run back, then make another run off the ball, not receive the ball, then having to run back. After a while, it gets demoralizing. Not Dorgu. Not Dorgu. He keeps doing it. Keeps making them runs, making them runs. He doesn't get the ball. Keep making them. Mason Mount. I've seen Dorgu and Mason Mount in pre-season form a connection. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say something maybe, yeah, it's a bit unpopular. I've seen Dorgu and Mason Mount form a better connection in pre-season than Cunha and Dorgu. And I'm not saying we should start Mason Mount as a left 10. And listen, I'm not even Mason Mount's biggest fan, but I try to be as objective as I can. I'm not Mason Mount's biggest fan. I think we should sell him. However, in pre-season, let's be honest, people. In pre-season, Mason Mount has looked decent. He has. He has. And I think the competition for places might be driving and I hope it will drive these players to be better. Yeah, so my team, let's finish it off quickly. Cunha, left 10. And I'm going to demand more from Cunha because we bought Cunha and Mbeumo in for now. We bought them in to lead the team now. We didn't buy them to spend a year or two getting used to the Premier League. We didn't buy them to spend a year or two getting used to this. No. We bought them because we want these goals and assists that they've got. We want you to transport what you're doing over at Wolves, over at Brentford, and we want you to do something very, very similar here. You're playing in a very, very similar position, both Cunha and Mbeumo. So, yes, cohesion. Yes, time to gel. We need to be patient. But at the same time, these guys, the Cunhas and Mbumos, they're not 18. Cunha's 25 and Mbeumo just turned 26, 27. So, Cunha left 10 for me. Mbeumo, I think he's done enough to start as a right 10 in Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo and Ahmad will interchange. I think what might happen, Mbeumo might not even last the 90 minutes, people. Mbeumo will come off at 70 minutes. Ahmad will move up into the 10 position. And then Dallo will come on for Ahmad. I can see our manager doing that. And of course, this is the question. So I could think, I know everyone's saying that SESKO is going to start because the manager's press conference alluded to it. He spoke very highly of SESKO. He praised him a lot, actually. He said he's ready physically. So I've been going back and forward. Is he going to start SESKO? Is he not? And I'm pretty sure he's probably having the same dilemma. Should I go with Cunha, Mbeumo and Mason Mount front three? Because I could put Mount there and play the fluid front three that he's been playing in pre-season. But I'm not going to do that. I think he's going to strap on his big brave balls. And I think he's going to start Benjamin Sesko, people. There you go. There you go, people. And I know the midfield is giving you guys nightmares and terror sweats. But that's the midfield we have. What are you guys going to do? Are you going to start Ugarte instead of Casemiro? Who's starting Ugarte instead of Casemiro in the chat? Because it's the whole debate. Casemiro and Ugarte, off the ball, on the ball. What do you want? Ugarte off the ball, slightly better off the ball. He's got slightly more legs. He's slightly quicker off the ball, covering the grass. But on the ball, Ugarte just isn't it. And then you got Casemiro, who's the opposite. Off the ball, this guy is always doing those last-ditch lunges. Those ones that, I'm like, Cass, you're going to try to get a red card here. Casemiro likes his last-ditch lunges. He knows he don't have the legs to trap back. So you got somebody who's not that good off the ball, but Casemiro on the ball, he's better than Ugarte on the ball. In reality, we need a midfielder who possesses both traits, both off the ball and he's good on the ball. Hence why we wanted a Baleba. But because we don't have that, this is why any combination that we play in that midfield is going to smell like Bullock doo-doo. And that is where Arsenal are going to hurt us. The Declan Rices of this world are going to run through that midfield. I was going to say something really bad there, but let me use a different analogy. All right, let's just say this is going to run through our midfield. So that's the issue, people. That is the issue. It's always going to be our midfield. We're going to need Cunha and Mbeumo to drop back, form that box midfield and make it tight, bro. Of course, when we defend, we usually defend in two lines, back five, then a back four. And then the one striker in front. I've seen us defend 4-4-2. So don't be surprised if we also defend in a 4-4-2 shape as well. But Arsenal's defence, guys, and their wingers, how do we stop Saka and Martinelli? Because Arsenal, we know they play a lot down the wings. They're going to use the wings often. And you can argue that's probably where we should be the strongest. Think about it. We play 5 at the back almost. And Arsenal use the wings very well. So I'm expecting Euro, Ahmad, double up on Martinelli. I'm expecting Shaw, Dorgu to double up on Saka. Which means the 2 10s have to drop back and make sure Odegaard, Declan Rice and Zubimendi are not just flipping passing us to death. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. And the defense has to be on point because Gyökeres has a point to prove. And he's going to be on the shoulder. So that's another reason why I wanted to start Euro and Heaven. Because I think Euro and Heaven have the agility and the pace to handle Gyökeres. Gyökeres is used to these Portuguese defenders, bro. Yeah. He's used to those defenders. We will see. I think Luke Shaw's side can be got at. I'm very nervous about Luke Shaw's side of the pitch. Saka's side of the pitch. Anyway, let me see what you guys are saying before we... Spurs only win 3-0. Spurs and City, yeah. Spurs and City won. Everybody, I think, who is supposed to win has actually won. There aren't any surprises today, I don't think, guys. I mean, West Ham losing 3-0 to Sunderland is probably a surprise. But when we play Sunderland in pre-season, people, I said that, I mean, West Ham in pre-season, I said that West Ham's midfield, yeah, with Souček and all these guys are old, bruv. West Ham's midfield, yeah, they don't move. Our midfield is bad, but West Ham's midfield isn't great, guys. It's not. TK said I'm all kinds of confused. What day is it? Hoyland Head won't be in it with the transfer on the cards. Oh yeah, I don't think Hoyland. Do you guys think Hoyland will make the bench? Do you think Hoyland will be on the bench, people? I want to know what the chat thinks. Dalot plays well behind Ahmad. Santos Flow. Bigger Santos Flow in the chat. Welcome. Santos. It's going to be a SESKO disco. Hoyland needs to cover up his Arsenal tattoo. You mean not Hoyland? You mean Human, the Dortmund guy? I think. The Sporting guy, should I say? I don't know. I think we're getting mixed up with names. Are we looking at Wharton? So a bit. Jerry, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it is confirmed. Yeah, that we are looking at Wharton. But Jerry, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because this Baleba saga inflated me, then slapped me down to the ground. I'm not gonna invest in any Wharton stuff. Like, it's not happening this year. If Wharton and Baleba stuff will probably happen next season. I'm not, unless I see something really concrete, yeah, about Wharton, I'm not even gonna invest my brain power. I'm not gonna lie. This Baleba stuff, yeah, nah, it's deflated me. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Endgame will be mainly with Baleba 2026. TK, I like the sound of that. I think Mainu has the attributes, but mainly for me, physicality. That's one thing he just misses. To play in that midfield, he needs to be able to get up and down that pitch and to hench people out, to tackle. He needs to be robust. And to be fair, he looks a little bit leaner. He looks a little bit quicker. And he looks a little bit robust. I'm ready to give Mainu time because he's 19, 20 years old. And I know when you're that young, you can improve. Like, I don't like Garnacho, but I've always said that I think somebody can get something out of Garnacho. When it comes to young players, and even Hoyland, not my type of player, but wherever he goes, I'm ready for him to do something. I'm ready for him to do something. So Mainu, the same. I know a lot of people want Mainu sold and are saying things like, if he doesn't cut it this season, we should get rid of him. I don't know if I'm that strong on it. I feel like he's a good footballer. Maybe with some patience, we can unlock something in him. He's got the ability. He just lacks, I think, some of the athletic and physical attributes to play in the double pivot the way that our manager wants to play him. I think if Kobe Mainoo was playing in the midfield three, like for Man City, who keep the ball all the time and do tiki-taka stuff, Mainoo will be absolutely fine. It's the way that we play, and it's a double pivot position specifically. So, I don't know, people. I will start Dalot on the left, Delit center, and Euro left. I mean, Dalot on the right. What do you guys think about Dalot as a right centre back? Because I've always said, yeah, that I don't want to see Dalot at any of the wingback positions anymore. That's how I'm thinking. But I think Dalot might do a job, yeah, at right or left centre back. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I think he could. I think he could. Choose bubble card. Dalot, you're on crack science. TK clearly doesn't agree with that notion at all. Told you Sunderland will be top 10. Jerry said it. Jerry, I was following Sunderland last year in the Championship, actually, and they were good. I'll be happy with any lineup after that prediction. Santos says, one from Sporting. Yeah, we are linked. We are linked to Human. I can't even pronounce the guy's name. I think I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but Human from Sporting, we are linked with him. They are saying that the Sporting want a fee of around 70 million euros for him. Like, he's got an Arsenal tattoo as well. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is my thing on this midfield thing now, because we were linked to Baleba, and we all got gassed. And you know, when you got introduced to a lifestyle that, you know, that can't be maintained, that's how I feel. And I feel like anyone else that we're linked to outside of Baleba and Adam Wharton, mentally, I'm not even on it. I'm not interested. Like, I don't see Man United spending 70 million euros or whatever the fee might be for Hulmand. Is he 100% better than everything that will he walk into the first team? That's a question for the chat if we buy him. That's a lot of money for that Sporting Lisbon midfielder. And yes, I know he can tackle. He's good passer of the ball and all these things, but I don't know, man. That's a lot of money, people. Let's see what the chat is saying quickly. Nice thing is the Arsenal will expose our weakness and it's only one game. Yeah, TK. That's also one thing I need to just reiterate. What are we saying about if we lose this game? Because I see some people saying that if we lose this game, it's over, it's the end. And I'm like, hold on a second. It is just one game, guys. And I know it's Arsenal, but we can lose this game and still go on to have a good season. Can we admit that we can lose this game and still go on? Listen, if we lose this game, I'm going to hurt. I'm going to be vexed. Of course I am. I'm not going to be happy. But I don't know if I'm going to be like, Amorim out. I don't know if I'm going to be like that. I don't think I'm going to be like that. So as much as I want to win, it is still one game, I guess. Adieri says, hi, Chosen. How are you, man? Malik Theo and Jacob Ramsey, the debut for Newcastle United now, and Wisa and Samuel and Gonzalo Ramos signed for Newcastle United now, right? Are you a Newcastle fan, Adieri? Because they weren't that great today. They weren't that great today at all. Arsenal, nothing with, And also, guys, let's also acknowledge, that when was the last time we've lost, against Arsenal at Old Trafford? I'm not even asking a hypothetical question because I can't remember. Maybe I'm not thinking properly, but when's the last time we lost at home to Arsenal at Old Trafford? I hope the Old Trafford faithful, the crowd make it uncomfortable for Arsenal. I hope the first few minutes we crash it on them. We kick Gyökeres's shins. We don't let Saka drift onto his left foot and cut in. Saka's going to keep trying to cut in onto his left foot, right? That's what he does. We have to kick him. We need to be physical. You see that Zubi do guy in that midfield, that Zubamendi? He's not Thomas Partey. He's a little slight guy. Crash it on him. Rough them up. They're going to play better than us, Arsenal. They're going to keep the ball probably better than us. Most Arsenal teams that we played, whether it's a Vieira, Henry, whatever it is, they usually keep the ball well, more than we do. But we are warriors. Man United have always been that team that fights. Arsenal don't want the fight. They never do. So we need to crash it on them. Make it uncomfortable for them the first few minutes. Shock them. Shock them. Santa says, British Bulldog says, Tart as in pie, just saying, Dado on the right behind Ahmad and Euro on the left. How did City get around this for 34 million? And we're looking at Jerry. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy that Turkey costs about 40 million. Reinders cost about 30 million. Then they got Mamouche for about 40 million. And I'm like, how are they buying the best players, some of the best footballers in the world, for 30 and 40 million, and we're trying to get Baleba for 100 million, and we're getting SESKO for 70 million pounds. And I'm like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see City buy so smartly. But also, that's what happens, man. When you're on top of the world, when you're one of the best football teams in the world, everybody wants to play for you. So you get the pick of all the players, bro. Like, we can only sign players who apparently want to come to Old Trafford. And as much as we take pride in all the players who say, I've always dreamed of Old Trafford, I support Old Trafford, those players are becoming few and far between. You know what I'm trying to say. So Man City just have a bigger pool to look at because so many players want to play for Man City. It's annoying, man. It's annoying, guys. I agree. It's annoying. Santos says, Hallman will start. He's a more efficient Ugarte, but prone to yellow cards. All right. The first 6 games will tell a lot. Let's look at the first 6 games. Have we got the first 6 games up or for United? Should we look at the first 6 games, people? Hallman has more presence in the field than Ugarte and wins more headers. Yeah. I mean, the problem is Hallman is better probably than Ugarte and Cass. But 70 million pounds worth, it's just a fee. It's just a fee. But then you guys will tell me that it's not my money, right? So why do I care about the fee? And then I'll be like, good point. Good point, chat. Good point. So that's the table, people. I don't know. So what's the point looking at the table when there's only been a few matches? But Man City are top, as you can see. Yeah, United fixtures. Tottenham, Burnley. Decent. Let's look at Man United's first 5 fixtures. Man United. Fixture list. All right. So what are we saying? We're saying Man United, Arsenal. Hopefully that's a win against Arsenal. I We'll do our score predictions as well. We'll beat Fulham. Surely we'll beat Fulham. Grimsby Town will beat Grimsby. Bro, we can win. Man United against Burnley. We should be beating Burnley. City United. Oof. Oh. Oh. That sounds like Gary Neville. Then Gary Neville goes, oh. Wait, I'm not gonna lie, people. And that's after the break, right? So from the 30th of August, 14th. I don't know, people. City's attack is mad. It's dumb. It's stupid, right? We know this. But their defense is still their defense, bro. Let's go for a draw there. A draw against City and a draw against Chelsea. So, for me, people, the first 6 games, I can see 4 wins. I'm hoping for 4 wins in the first 6 games. I think City and Chelsea could be a draw. But the first 4 games, we could win our first 4 games. And of course, the Grimsby Town game is not in the league anyway. So if we're talking about the first 6 games in the league, then Brentford, we could beat Brentford. So either way, it's still 4. We can win 4 games out of the first 6. Jerry said draw. We're gonna draw against Fulham, Jerry. I don't know. Why do you think we're gonna draw against Fulham? Draw, win, loss. So what's that? 6 points, 7, 8 points from the first 6. It's not that great, is it? It's not that good, bruv. It's not that good, bruv. But yeah, I don't know, people. I don't know, man. It's one of the ones I don't know what we look like. We can't look too much into pre-season. Pre-season, yeah, and last season is the only thing that we have as a yardstick to gauge where we are. We've got last season and how the manager deployed the team, deployed the squad, used his tactics. In my opinion, it was largely not good enough, in my opinion. But he was trying to work with a group of players that weren't good enough. So we give him the benefit of the doubt and we give him better players for this system. Pre-season was up and down. So we don't have a lot of positives, yeah, to fall back on. We don't. So me and my optimism beating Arsenal comes from the fact that it's the first game, it's at Old Trafford, and we don't really lose against Arsenal at Old Trafford often. And we've got better players now. And I think we can hit them on a break. What am I expecting from SESKO? What are people expecting from SESKO? Oh, Jerry says that's including Grimsby. Okay, fair enough. From SESKO, first and foremost, crosses in the air. Let's just get that out of the way, yeah? This man is 6'5", right? And we've seen his leap. And we've seen what he's like and how good he is in the air. We know about Mbumo. We know about Brian Mbumo and his crosses. We know about Bruno and his crosses. Ahmad can cross the ball and Dorgu is getting better. There's no reason, people, why we're not going to be putting balls into the box for this striker. Do it. Even if he doesn't score a goal, flick-ons, headed down, back into other players' path, assists. We can get the ball in the air to this player. I'm expecting SESKO to also run the channels a little bit better. I'm expecting him to understand that position a little bit better than Højlund. I'm expecting him to hold the ball up when he's running the channels, whether it's left or right channel, whatever channel, he gets the ball, he holds it up and he waits for the team to move up the pitch. Then he lays it back to our 10s. That's how we move up the pitch. I'm expecting him to do a lot of that. I'm also expecting SESKO to drop in. I'm expecting him to do everything because he's supposed to be the striker that we are now molding to do everything, to run towards the goal and also run and drop deep and link the play. Maybe not as Not to Xerxes level, because I still think Xerxes is probably the best link striker that we have at the club, but to a decent level. I'm expecting SESKO to drop deep, and if he does it well, as we all believe he can, we want the number 10s, Cunha and Mbumo, to be running the other way. We need those third man runs, and we've seen the overloads in midfield in pre-season. We've seen the one-touch football in the middle of the park in pre-season, and we've seen the overloads. And the more overloads we have in the middle of the park, we get Declan Rice, we get their midfield, we get everyone to squeeze into the middle. Ahmad and Dorgu will be free. Get the ball to Dorgu, get the ball to Ahmad quickly. So, guys, it's going to be a tactical game. It's going to be a stressful game, guys. I can see myself being stressed on stream. I can see myself being stressed the fuck out on stream, people. What was his header win rate in the Bundesliga? Good question, Jerry. I'm going to see if I can get that stuff up for you. I think that's like, what website is it? Is it Football Sport? What's the website that has all of those things? Scout Report. Is it Scout Report that I use? Oh, we told us. Jerry, can you see the screen, Jerry? I'm going to put it. There you go, Jerry. Jerry already said it. Jerry says 57% is not great. That could be down to cost. It's not coming. I don't know how do you interpret that, Jerry? Because that's almost 60%. So that stat says that he wins 60% of headers against his defenders, which is majority of times. To me, yeah, winning almost 60% of your aerial duels is a very good thing. Because on that same screen, guys, you got Xerxes, who wins only 28% of his aerial duels. And Xerxes and SESKO are the same height. Xerxes 6'3", SESKO 6'4", so almost the same height. And SESKO more than doubles Xerxes' aerial win. So if you're telling me, yeah, that if SESKO is standing next to Gabriel or Saliba, and 60% of the time you put the ball in the air, he's going to win it, I ain't gonna lie, Jerry, that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. That's 60% aerial win rate is a good thing. So get the ball in the air. This is what I want to see. I want to see SESKO drop deep. I want us to go directly to SESKO if we have to relieve pressure and we don't want to play out from the back, all that crap, all that playing out from the back, great. Go straight to SESKO. Go high, yeah. SESKO drops deep. Mbumo starts his run beyond SESKO. SESKO flicks it on to Mbumo. Mbumo's through on goal. I could see that happening. So, yeah, guys, I'm excited. I think we'll be all right this season. I still believe we need another midfielder, but we're here. And we're not going to get another one in before Arsenal. TK says SESKO's height is welcomed. United aren't known for aerial threat. Yes, TK. And I'm not going to go around and saying I like these big, tall defenders that just head the ball in and stuff. But if you've got more guns, more weapons to your arsenal, then that's good. If you can hold the ball up, if you're quick, you can also run in behind. You can shoot with your left foot and right foot, and you're tall, and you can use your head. Then he already has certain fundamentals that exceed Højlund's. That's why we bought him. You know, when you go down a sheet of all these characteristics, can he do this? Tick, tick. How good is he at doing this? Tick, tick. With SESKO, there's loads of ticks, bro. There's tick, tick, tick. He's not great, yeah, at loads of things. Let's be clear, people, and let's be honest. SESKO is still a developmental striker. He still is. He requires less developing than Højlund does, but he's still a developmental striker. So there's a lot for him to improve. He's only 22. But his fundamentals are there. He can hold the ball up at a decent level. He can head the ball at a decent level. He can strike the ball at a decent level. Tick, 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 which means we can build on all of these things. So I'm optimistic, people, when it comes to SESKO. I like SESKO. I like the profile of the striker. I wish him well, man. I think he's one for the future. Gyökeres, he's one for now. It's been built as Gyökeres versus SESKO. You know the media, that's what they're doing. It is what it is. But we'll be here, guys. We will be here tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Ah, man. I'm nervous, people. I am nervous. Xerxes goes high. No way Brentford finish above us. No way. Yeah, guys, this is the last thing I want to show you, people. This is why I don't deal with Sky. I feel like Sky in general are just anti-Manchester United. They are. I don't like Sky. But this is, what is this? Opta predictions, people. These guys are predicting, as TK says in the chat, Brentford to finish higher than Manchester United. Brentford, who we took their best player, right, and Mbumo, they're going to finish. And Weiss is also leaving. Weiss is leaving Brentford as well. So no Mbumo and no Wissa. And these guys have Brentford finishing ahead of Manchester United. Bournemouth, the team that we slapped up, 4-0 in pre-season and got slapped up yesterday, they're also going to finish ahead of Manchester United. So I don't know how they've calculated this. I don't know what metric they've used. I don't know what witchcraft, voodoo, and wizardry they've relied on to produce this tomfoolery of a table. But we will use this as motivation, people. You know, when nobody wants Man United to be, let's be honest, people, and we need to get this into our heads. Nobody wants our team to be successful, bro. Man United over the last 10 years doing what they're doing is music to everyone's ears. Everyone has been having the best time of their lives. Everyone's making money out of Man United's demise, printing certain things, cussing out our players, making us dislike our players. Everyone is eating off Man United. This season, people, I want us to be so, as a fan base, not just this channel, but I want the Man United fan base to be so unified, that when they come for us, when they try to do all of this crap, we tell them about themselves. We tell them where to go. We tell them where to go. So, British Bulldog says, Sky always chatting. Yeah, BB, they're proper anti-Man United, which is cool. It's cool. It's cool. But in what sense? All right. So this was our prediction. Was it yesterday we did this? Me, Jerry, and a few others. We unified. To be fair, it was mostly 51% my decision. So it was slightly a dictatorship with input from you guys. And yeah, we predicted some of the same as the supercomputer, to be fair, but we're gonna have to revisit this. I agreed with the chat that 2 weeks later, in 2 weeks' time, when the window closes, we will come together once again and we do one last prediction. So this is the preliminary prediction. And while we were watching the Liverpool game, I remember Jerry in the chat saying, yeah, Chelsea might win the title. So I might swap Chelsea and Liverpool. But that's basically on the left our chat's prediction. Me and the chat, we worked together and we came up with those positions. Liverpool top, Chelsea second, Man City third, Arsenal fourth. I put Tottenham fifth and I put us sixth and Newcastle seventh. TK says United is too high on your prediction. All right then, before we go, let's talk about the scoreline. Before we go, TK, and all you guys in the chat, what's the scoreline then? What's the scoreline? I'm going to go first.
Yes.
Oh, no. Pressure. I'm going to go, guys, 2-1 to Manchester United. I think we will score first. I'm going with us scoring first. Off the break. Yeah. Some Bandulu break. And we will score. Like Bruno will score. And then we'll play a lot of the game 1-0. And either Arsenal score like in the second half and then we score the second goal, or we score the second goal in the second half and then Arsenal get a consolation. And then we hold on for dear life. I can see it being 2-1 with 10 minutes to go, and we make our subs. We take Mbumo off. We put Dallo on, and we just defend. Oh man, I'm talking myself out of it, you know. British Bulldog says 3-1. Got TK said we will lose by 2 or 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Jerry's already done his prediction. All right, so the chat is split, really, when it comes to predictions. What else, guys, before we go? What else? What else is there? There's a poll in the chat as well. Man United versus Arsenal, who will win? 71% of you guys said Man United are going to win, which is good. Very, very optimistic. Above all else, people, because of the bad season we had last season, I hope that we can just be happier, bro, and we can just be more positive on stream. When all this transfer stuff is done, when all the outgoings also happen and finished, when there's no more ifs and buts and are we going to get this player? And listen, the transfer window is so annoying and frustrating. Like, I can't wait for it to be finished so we can just talk ball. Just talk ball. Like we're talking now. Just talk ball. So, yeah, guys, I can't wait for the transfer window to finish. British Bulldog said we win 3-1 and we score all 4. Oh no, somebody's going to score on goal. Luke Shaw. He doesn't know yet. Oh. Who scores on goals? Luke Shaw has scored a few on goals. Maguire. Has Dallo scored on goals? I don't think Dallo scored an on goal. Ahmad scored an on goal. Ahmad scored an on goal in pre-season. Who knows? TK says, y'all need to curb your expectations of the current squad. Yes, we are improved, but we're far off European football. Kind of what Amram is saying. Onana, if he plays, and the Onana mistake, I hope not. I mean, Onana made 6 big mistakes, so I hope he doesn't start by making 1 against Arsenal. Come on, Onana, don't do this crap, bro. Like, I don't want Onana to start. I don't even want Onana to start, man. Like, Bayinder's been a goalkeeper that we've been using. Like, start Bayinder. Let Onana have to work for his place or something. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's it, man. There you have it. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a little comment on the video, like British Bulldog says, even if it's something like good stream or well done or anything. It helps the algorithm, the rhythm of the alga. There's a team that I think will start the game. You can put Onana in goal if you want. But apart from maybe Onana in goal and maybe Ugarte, these are the 3 things that could change my squad. Onana in goal. He starts with Mason Mount and Cunha and Mbumo rather than SESKO, or bring SESKO on. Right? Or he starts with that false 9 with that Bruno playing behind the striker. I don't think he's going to do that actually at all. I don't think it worked that well. So Onana starting and maybe Cunha up front because SESKO isn't match fit. Those are the only really 2 things I reckon the manager could do to change this team. Other than that, I'll be very surprised, people, if the team that starts against Arsenal isn't very, very close or exactly this team that you can see. So, yeah, guys. So, I think if everything goes our way this season, we can finish eighth. I think we can finish top eight. If we get a midfielder in, who knows? We could finish Europe. I don't think TK thinks we're going to finish that high. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's right. We're not going to be as cohesive. It's going to take a bit more time. And we do need to curb our expectations maybe a little bit more and understand really where we are. Yes, we got better players in, but Rome wasn't built in a day. That's the phrase, right? So I hear what TK is saying. But predictions are just fun. Predictions are just a silly, stupid part of this football thing that we do. Yeah. We'll check as we go. As we go, we'll see what our predictions are like. Also, guys, the fantasy football code is on screen right there. So if you are a fantasy football person, I'm going to try to do it this year. I'm going to try to stay on top of it. But listen, after the 5th, 6th week, I might forget. But I won't this year. I won't this year because we have to do it. So there's the Fantasy Football League code to join the Chosen Wisdom Football League. If you are a fantasy football fan, it's an open league. Anyone can join. You can send it to your friends. It's not that deep, people, at all. It's just fantasy football. It's just a bit of fun, people. So make your team, join the league if you can. It just also helps the community to stay together. We speak like once a day, maybe for an hour, and that's it. We don't have a Discord or anything like that. So it's just another way for us to do something away from YouTube, really. But TK says, I'd love to have a strong season. Patience will be needed. And remember, there are bigger things in life than football. Well said, TK. Well said. Ahmad and Mbumo won't start, says Shivam. Mount and Dallo will. Amorim is sick and can't play his system in the league. Mount and Dallo in for Ahmad and Mbumo. Mark it. No, Shivam. You might be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, Shivam, at all. I just don't want to believe it. What you're saying that our manager is going to do is kind of what he did last season when he played very defensively. And I'm giving the manager the benefit of the doubt, and I hope that he starts more optimistically and positively. I really do, Shivam. I hope you are wrong. I really hope you're wrong. And I hope the manager doesn't. Ahmad and Mbumo don't start. Oof, that's a big call, Shivam. That's a big call. I think one of them have to start surely, bro. No? No? But at the same time, I'm open. I'm open to Dallo because Dallo is more defensive. He might be more pragmatic. Like you said. He might be more defensive, and he might start with Dallo as a right wing back rather than Ahmad. And if he does that, people, I'm not going to lie. If he does that, I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to understand it because he's scared and he's respecting Arsenal and he's going for the defensive wing backs, like I said, he was doing last year. And I kept saying, you can't win a football match when 7 or 6 out of your 11 players are defenders. You got the back three, you got the wing backs are also defenders, you got the goalkeeper, and you've got a defensive midfielder. 7, yeah, out of the 11 outfield players, a lot of last season were defenders. You're never going to score. You wonder why we couldn't score goals when we only had 4 attacking players on the pitch. So I hope he's turned that page. And I hope he's brave and he plays attacking players at wing back. But like Shivam says, this manager, we just never know. And also, we need to curb our expectations and manage them, because we still don't know what this manager is going to do. He's been up and down. He's been up and down last season, and we don't know what he's going to do. We don't. So, anyway, guys, I hope you guys are feeling good about tomorrow's match. Like I said, we are not too far away from kickoff. It's already 9 p.m., which means, what is it? 18 hours, 19 hours. We will be here on this channel, breathing out, and we're going to hear, beep, match begins, kickoff. No turning back. Season for us has started. Do or die. That's it. We have to beat Arsenal. We have to beat these assholes. I know Anfield, Liverpool are our main ops. They're our main ops. But as somebody who's a Manchester United fan who lives in London, I'm telling you, Arsenal are the team that I want to beat the most out of all the teams by far. I cannot do Arsenal fans, bruv. The fan base of Arsenal, I want to fight them all. Fight them with love. We're lovers here, not fighters on this channel. Except, I always caveat, except for Arsenal. Except for Arsenal. Big up the chat. Big up everybody who's joined in with the preview. We're here now. The match is tomorrow. All of the talk is done. All of the pre-season transfer talk, all these shows we've been doing, it's all led to this point. It's all led to this point. So big up the chat, every one of you. The whole month, most of you guys have been a part of this whole journey. We still got a few weeks left of the transfer window, and the season is just about to start. So technically our journey is only beginning. But big up you guys, every one of you. British Bulldog, TK, Shivam, all the new guys in the chat as well. Big up everybody, Jerry. And also you as well, Santos, Adieri, everybody who passes through, big up. Keep supporting the channel. We'll do this thing tomorrow. We'll slap Arsenal, and then we'll celebrate. We will celebrate together. Yeah? So, have a good Saturday. Go out, do what you need to do, because Sunday, it is game on. Exactly what British Bulldog says, guys. The videos are doing okay, but you know what YouTube is like. It needs the algorithm to be algorithm-y and be algorithm-in. And it means that if you guys can just come back on the video, drop one little comment, gas up the video a little bit, because you know what YouTube is like. You just need exposure. I'm not on United Stand. I'm not on SANITY TV. I'm not on all of these channels gaining exposure. And that's how you usually, grow. You jump onto other people's channels, you do shows with other people. I'm not on other people's shows. So I'm going to need these authentic views and a community. And I feel like we're building a community here very, very slowly. British Bulldog and TK and these guys are at the heart of Jerry, Wendell and all these guys at the moment at the heart of Turkish, obviously. Come on, I ain't forgotten you. So big up everybody. I can't really say thank you enough for all the love, bro. But yeah, we're moving. Shivam says, what if we see a false 9 starting tomorrow, or maybe Zexy? What message does it give? I think if we see a false 9, it just simply means that he doesn't think SESKO can start. I don't think I'm going to look into it. I don't think we're going to see Zexy, because Zexy's returning from an injury. Whereas SESKO, I think SESKO is going to be ahead of Zexy in terms of fitness. So if we see Zexy ahead of SESKO, it might mean that he feels Zexy understands his system a bit more and SESKO needs a bit more time. That's it. I can't really read into that anymore, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't read into it. I wouldn't. The British Bulldog said, getting emotional now. All right, I'm done now. No more emotional stuff. All right, guys, it's been beautiful, man. Beautiful. Good Saturday. Good day of football. The Premier League is back. Let's keep it moving. We will be here at 4 p.m. tomorrow, guys. Smash the like on your way out. Leave a comment on the video when it's done. Share the video. And yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow. Enjoy your night, people. Your boy is out.